What's up, guys? And today I'm going to be talking about the NBA games that happened yesterday, which was January 16th. So, yeah, just get into it right away. Alright, immediately I'm going to be talking about the San Antonio-Houston game. You come right off a trade, and VO didn't play. I don't think. Yeah, VO didn't play, so Victor Oladipo, if you didn't know, that was his nickname. But PJ Tucker had 4, 2, and 9, which was kind of what he was playing, just like kind of small ball center. Jay Tate, I do not know who this guy is. They have 2 guys in the starting lineup that I've never heard of. He had 7, 5, and 5, which was a pretty good game. Christian Wood had an insane double-double of 24 and 18, along with 3 assists, and shot pretty well. Actually, not really that well. 9 for 20 is not that great. 45%, so. But Mason Jones having a career night with 24, 4, and 6. I've never heard of him either, but he averages about 8 points, so that's a pretty good night for him. And Ben Lamore had 21, 1, and 3. And immediately, it was 91-103. San Antonio won. And immediately, the reason why they didn't win was that they had Eric Gordon not playing, John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins not playing. So, and they had the minimum amount of players to play an NBA game, which is 8. So, yeah, I guess that's not great, but 3 of their starters came up big and they only lost by 12. San Antonio, DeMar had 24 points, 4 assists, and 7 boards. LaMarcus Aldridge did not play well. He had 4 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Clearly not playing up to the standards of what I and many other NBA fans think of as LaMarcus Aldridge. But DeJounte Murray had 18, 3, and 10. It's a good game for him, along with Lonnie Walker, who had 8 and 3. So I guess that's okay. And immediately off the bench, there's nobody that's really too big of an impact on their team that wasn't starting. But off the bench, Jacob Poeltl, Patty Mills, Dan Vassell, and Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay had 5 points, Jacob Poeltl had 13, Patty Mills had 11, and Vassell had 11. So I guess the San Antonio Spurs just played better, and also Victor Oladipo, John Wall, Boogie Cousins. The Houston Rockets were missing a lot of their key pieces, but Wood still put up a decent amount of points. The next game is Brooklyn Magic, and boy was I wrong about James Harden. But let's get into the Magic first. Eric Gordon had 11, 6 assists, and 6 boards. Decent game from him. James Ennis only had 2 points. Dwayne Bacon had 10, 0, and 0. Nikola Vucevic had a great game with 34 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. And Cole Anthony had 16, 8, and 3. When I was watching this game, he kind of fell on his head weird, and I hope he's okay. But Evan Fournier didn't play via coach decision, and he's one of their key parts, and that's, if they got 7 points from him, they might have won that game. But Terrence Ross had 23 off the bench, which was a great performance from him. And now let's get to the other side. Kevin Durant, 42 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. Oh my gosh. Literally, 42 points. When you watch that Nets game, you don't see any point where he goes on a run like 16 points in like 10 minutes or anything. He'll just score like once or twice a minute, and you just won't know. Like, he'll score on a fast break, he'll maybe hit a 3 or something. But Jeff Green had 10 and 4. In this game, Joe Harris really showed his passing ability along with his three-point shooting ability with 17 points and 5 rebounds. DeAndre Jordan had 2 points, 3 assists, and 5 rebounds. Was not a great game from him. But James Harden, 32, 14, and 12. One of the best triple-doubles I've probably ever seen this season. And I was completely wrong about the chemistry between him and KD. So they really fit together, and I think this team could be really good. When I look at the people who didn't play or the bench, they didn't really do anything. But, yeah, that's it with that game. Harden just had a really good game. But the Toronto Hornets game, the Toronto versus the Hornets game, PJ Washington had 14 points. Gordon Hayward went off and had 25 points. Bismack Biyombo had 11 boards and 6 points. Devontae Graham had 20, and Terry Rozier had 24 and 9. And LaMelo Ball off the bench had 10, and Miles Bridges had 10 also. LaMelo actually had 11. I said that wrong. And nobody of a caliber good player really didn't start. And Toronto getting their 4th win of the season. Pascal Siakam had 9. You really don't expect that if he's going to be your star. But 9 points is not up to par with what he should be doing. But OG Anunoby had 18. Aaron Baines had I don't know if he didn't play for a long time, but he shot one shot, and it was from a 3, and he missed. He had 3 rebounds, and that was it. Kyle Lowry had 19 points, and Fred VanVleet had 15 and 10 assists. So, good games from both their point guards. Chris Boucher had 20 and 9, which was a good performance from him, and Norman Powell, who I think is one of the most underrated shooting guards in the league, had 24. So, and off the bench, there's nobody that looked like they did anything earlier this season. Off the bench, I don't think there was anybody that caused much impact to that team, but the Raptors come away with that win. Next, we have the Heat-Pistons game. Now, I know everybody's saying, the Heat suck and everything like that. 1, Jimmy's hurt. 2, I don't even think Tyler Hero played. But Jeremy Grant showing that he can be a number 1 option with 24, 6 points, and 9 rebounds. Blake Griffin with 15, 8, and 7. And all the other starters had under 10, with Mason Plumlee having 9, Wayne Ellington having 9, and DeLon Wright having 8. Derrick Rose off the bench had a really great game with 23, 1 and 4, 1 rebound, 4 assists, and nobody else caused much impact with having more than 10. And the other side of the ball with the Heat, Kelly Olynyk had 3 points, just disappointing. KZ Opala had a pretty good game with 16, 1 and 1. Bam Adebayo had a really good game with 28, 6 and 7. Now, Bam Adebayo needs to learn, if he's going to be this number 1 option for this team, that he has to be able to thrive without other people assisting him and making him open shots. He needs to create his own open shots, and I think he did that very well in this game. Duncan Robinson or Jimmy Neutron. It's Sheen from the Jimmy Neutron thing, but he had 22, 3, and 4, and Goran Dragic had 12 and 10. So, yeah, Tyler Hero didn't play, and neither did Myers Leonard. So, that's probably why they lost by 20. And then the last game, the last 2 games, but the Sixers got edged out by this Memphis team. Tobias Harris really showing he's worth $20 million by putting up 21, 2, and 3. And Simmons put up almost a triple-double with 11 points, 16 rebounds, and 9 assists. Tyrese Maxey had 12 and 3. And Dwight Howard and Danny Green both had 8 points. Matisse Thybulle off the bench had 8. But boy, oh boy, one unexpected piece off the bench is Shake Milton with 28 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. That's a great game from him. And I can't see anything on Embiid, so I wonder if he is sick or something. Brandon Clark for the Memphis Grizzlies had 11. So did Kyle Anderson, had 11. John Morant had 17. Dylan Brooks had 11. And Vucevic had 9 and 7. And Bane had 10 off the bench, and Allen had 12, and Tillman had 15. All great games from them. And I don't know anything about Jaren Jackson Jr. either. And I think this is the last game, and this is the Hawks-Portland game, and this is John Collins had an okay night with 8, 2, and 6. DeAndre Hunter, although, made up for it with his 15, 1, and 6. Clint Capella had 25 and 15, playing more like he's in 2K than he is in real life, but 25 points is amazing from him, along with Trae Young having almost a triple-double with 26 points, 11 assists, and 7 rebounds, and Kevin Huerter had 13. Cam Reddish didn't play, so that might have been one of the factors how they lost. And Rajon Rondo looked like he only shot the ball 3 times. So, but Snell had 3, and they just didn't really have much bench play, but their starter play made up for that. And with holy moly, but Robert Covington only had 3, 3, and 10, which is a decent night for him since he's not really much of a scorer, but more of a team player, kind of like Draymond Green. Jones had 10, Enes Kanter had 12 and 15. Lillard had 36, 7, and 7, a great night from Lillard, and McCollum also had a pretty good night with 16 and 1. Carmelo Anthony off the bench had 11, 1, and 1, which is okay, and Gary Trent had 18, 1, and 3. Off people who didn't start, it doesn't look like there's many, but yeah, that's the last game. Just for you guys to know, if you're a fan of any of these teams, Houston lost by 12 to San Antonio, 91 to 103. Brooklyn won by 7, 122 to 115. Charlotte lost by 3 to Toronto, 116 to 113. Detroit won by 20 against the Heat, 120 to 100. Philly lost to Memphis by 2, 114 to 116. And Portland won by 6 against Atlanta, 112 to 106. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Always remember to keep God number 1. That's it from me. Peace.